see a team from the Pac-12, the Michigan State Spartans, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Boy, that quick receive. Damn.
College football, Reese Davis with you.
That ain't right, man.
David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, and guys can't wait to get
all you admins want to just hustle me, man. Yeah, you did the right thing.
Get us underway with the opening kickoff.
You didn't even set that, John. I know you didn't.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line.
Kill. Oh, good luck.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Let's take a minute and talk about North Carolina. I'm sure you guys saw this. One of the top running backs in the country, 5-star guy, gave a verbal commitment last week. What's the expectation for him as soon as he hits campus?
I mean, you don't get 5 stars very often. And you get 5 stars for a reason, because you are a dude. He is a man-child. They want to get him in the door now. They wish they could already have him signed, but the excitement is going to really build for this young man.
Looking to throw, it's Baker. Makes the grab. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Guys, let's talk a little bit about North Carolina. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency for the second half of the season, David. I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and get...
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on 3rd down.
The kick is on its way. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. From the gun, the running back has it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Let's talk a bit about Michigan State. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, 5-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do for them?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting a guy like that you know is plug and play. I mean, big, strong, athletic, makes your defensive line formidable right away. The recruiting class, they just gained some serious momentum.
Let's talk a little bit about Michigan State. Really good win on the recruiting trail last week. Got a commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
He's going to help him out a lot because of his speed. He simply has things you can't coach from the linebacker position. So his ability to track the ball sideline to sideline, but also get downhill, he's going to make this defense a whole lot more difficult to move the football against.
Dropping back, it's Childs. Hit as he throws. Got his man on the right. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. On target to the left. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
And the Spartans are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw again. Caught in the backfield, it's Branch. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Let's talk a bit about Michigan State. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting four-star defensive linemen gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you got to play so many defensive linemen. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, the fumble and the defense got it. Right down the gut of the field. He's at the 10. Touchdown, UNC! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
You always hear coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep two hands on the ball. That time, he got hit. The ball came free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. The scoop and score, what a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Gonna run it. It's Branch. Turning it on. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
They weren't going to let him loose again after that big play. This time they knock him down behind the line.
Yeah, this off, man, you got to do a better job blocking. And I tell you what, that's kind of been a theme throughout the season. They haven't been high-powered. They haven't really figured out who they are yet. They still got time. The season's not over yet, but this offense is still in identity mode.
The short hands, it's Branch. Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a first down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
They're in the red zone. First and 10 from the 20. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And it just doesn't get more dominant than that. One-on-one, me versus you, and there's nothing you can do about it, David. I know that's something you know a lot about based on your time.
Man, fly off the edge, beat the man as quick as you can. There's so many things that have to go right for you to get a sack. The ball has to be coming out a little bit later. But you know what? When you win that fast and that clean off the line of scrimmage, that is how it's done at the highest level for that defensive end.
Several defenders there to get him on the ground. The Spartans want to move quickly. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Pulls it in. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. They'll try to get it in with the run. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Makes the grab. Powers through the defender. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive. You got to make tackles.
Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Michigan State. Quick strike through the air for the score. The extra point here would tie the game.
Yeah, and it's money time. It's 3rd and goal. You got the option. You can run the football, still be balanced, use the big fella, the tight end. I love it down here because he can act like he's blocking, slip out, and get open. And then he's got that big body. You just throw it to him, and he does the rest.
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Motion from the back. Dropping back, it's Baker. Works the middle.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
And the Tar Heels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Caught behind the line. It's gone. Runs through a tackle. Brought down at the 40. But not before he ripped off 15. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Here's a heat. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
These receivers on these scramble drills are going to have to play with a little bit more urgency because this pass rush is getting after the QB. He was flushed out to the left and wasn't able to complete that throw because of the hit he took.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw. He turns it loose to the left. It's caught.
And this 4 vertical play is something that every offense in the country has in their playbook, but they don't all run it as good as this offense does. Really nice job making the play call, but when you've got athletes like this and a quarterback that can fit the football into small windows, good things generally happen. That is tremendous execution on that pass play.
Breaks into the open. Got enough space.
There's a couple of ways to deal with quarterbacks that can run like that so well. QB contain. Keep those ends outside and wide. Keep them in the pocket. And put a spy on it. Put a guy in the middle of the field who's really fast that has the ability to go get that guy when he takes off in situations like this.
The Tar Heels have it with a 1st and goal. Quarterback making checks. Trying to slam it. How about that play behind the line as they lose 5?
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 Russian defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Looks as if he's going to run it. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Unleashes to the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. It is perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Florida managed to avoid being gator bait by scratching and clawing their way to a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative. Going to be very interesting to see what the fallout from this one is, because as we know, you can't lose games in the SEC like this without some...
There he goes! That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Wants to go up top on first down. That's it, fly. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. The second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. Got to find a way to get some completion strung together.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Finds his man. It's Branch. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
He leaves it with his back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time, the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short game.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's McCray. Just has a knack of finding that crease and gets it down to the 41.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
And the Spartans are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Now the play fake. Gets it out fast. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. The give out of the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a really good stop by the defense, Jesse. They need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Trying play action. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Sparty. The offense cashing it in on that drive.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Pressure coming. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And that's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
And the Tar Heels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. He puts some heat on that one down the middle. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion. So third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's not afraid to go deep. Makes the grab on the left side. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Looking downfield on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. He's going to take off.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Looking to pass. It's Underwood. Lofts one high and deep. Touchdown, North Carolina! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And that's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of the defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop, limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Tar Heels will kick it off to start the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. He'll start this drive going to the air. Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. The play action fake. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Mark. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They were counting on making a few yards after the catch on 3rd down. Instead, they're staring at 4th.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you trust your guy. You throw it to him and you say, I can make somebody miss or lower my shoulder and get to the sticks. The defense had none of that. Nice job tackling. Nice job forcing the 4th down.
You know, punt cover teams have a tough job because oftentimes they've got to tackle a guy out in the open field, and a really good one at that. But how about their ability to get to the returner and not just get the tackle, but create the takeaway? That is a massive play on special teams.
The give on the option. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
It'll be 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Snagged in the middle, it's Johnson. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The pull and throw off the RPO. At midfield, he's got room. Flying out to the left. The tag. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
And that's why you hold your breath every single time this guy catches the football. That's a short, easy completion. He's so dangerous after the catch, David, and he shows you the wheels, taking it all the way to the house.
Yeah, and I think it's also important to point out, how about the QB play? Getting the ball out right where he can catch the football and use his speed and playmaking ability after it, and he shows you, man. That's why he's dangerous. That's why this offense is always one play away from getting to the house.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Fighting off the defender. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I gotta be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Get it out on the screen. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Yeah, and a lot of offenses, when they get their free safety matched up man-to-man, they're going to take shots because they believe their guy can win. Really nice man-to-man coverage and a nice job making a play on the ball at the end that results in an incompletion.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. On third down, going up top. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. The Spartans are in the hurry-up.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it.
Oh, he's got some space. Runs it all the way down, almost to the 10. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 12.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Leaves it with the back. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And now a big third down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all that, this is 4-down territory too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance to score this touchdown.
To the ground to try to move the chains. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Well, you know, if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your back.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Spartans. That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, drain the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn, and that's what we just saw in that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they are executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Gauze. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll move the wide receiver. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. They got to him in a heartbeat. Man, was he back there quickly.
Yeah, and you could see the linebackers up near the line of scrimmage. Which one's coming? He comes flying through with great speed. The offense had no clue how to get him blocked, and he gets the big sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Offense gets set for second down. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. 21. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Wants to go up top. Gets rid of it. Pulls it in. It's Schiff. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps, everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. And the Tar Heels will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, UNC!
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, punt it away, count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead. And
let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. USC put together a breathtaking performance inside the Coliseum. And how do you not liken it to the way Leinart and Bush and Lendale White and Dwayne Jarrett used to just annihilate teams? All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. And the Spartans moving quickly to the line. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
He'll throw on 3rd down. Lets it fly. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on fourth down. Still going. That's a kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Looking to throw again.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Wants to fire on second down. Still looking on the move. He'll pull it down. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The Spartans are rolling down the field.
Second and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. And you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Second down, he'll throw it. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. That big play has them in business. First and 10 inside the 20. From the red zone, looking for a space. Out of the backfield, he's open. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. And the Spartans racing to the line in the hurry-up. Touchdown, Michigan State! And they take it in for 6 more points. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
And they did tack on the extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Taylor. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Caught in the backfield. It's Johnson. And the ball squirted out. And the defense jumps. And they get that turnover.
Man, I can't do that here, right? I got the football. I got the lead. The clock is my friend, and now I cough it up. Offense have to understand the situation, have to understand I got to get to the ground. I can make sure I don't fight for extra yards. I make sure I don't fumble, costly fumble.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. The Tar Heels can really attack on this second and short. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Quarterback on the keeper. Finds some fresh air. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Tar Heels come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. To the air, it's Underwood. And he can't grab the bullet pass on 3rd down.
I mean, sometimes you overthink it. Sometimes running the football on 3rd and short with the lead is not the worst thing in the world. Keep that clock ticking. But now decided to go for it, setting up a 4th down. And this looks like a situation where you should punt the football.
They have the lead in a 1-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big-time risk on 4th down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Johnson. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And that's a play the defense had to have, right? You're down in the game. Offense wants to stay aggressive and go for it on 4th, and they're throwing it. All you got to do is get one stop, regain the momentum, give it back to your offense, and they could not come up with it.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the snap, it's Gauze. Runs through the tackle. They found a little running room out of the Wildcats, still short of the 1st down marker. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Tar Heels come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. He'll pull it down and run. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
That's such a gut punch if you're the defense, because you're trailing in this game. You've got to find a way to get off the field on 3rd down, but you can't stop the quarterback scramble. He's just been making plays in this game.
Turning it on! He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. The offense will use the timeout clock as stopped with 22 seconds left. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. It's Rogers. Trying to get it in. And he gets it into the end zone for a touchdown, a gut punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He wants a big play here late. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Here's the pressure. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback. And you really struggle protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Oh, they're after him. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
They make the stop and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will, throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More deep.